If you've ever felt stuck with your low back pain, watch this. Here are 3 things you haven't considered when treating your low back pain, and none of them include core stabilization. Number 1, restoring motion of your rib cage. The rib cage has over 90 joint articulations, and that's where a ton of bones meet. Each joint should move freely, and that allows us to rotate accordingly. It allows us to bend and flex. If the rib cage is very stiff, then that stiff, heavy rib cage will sit atop a spine on the low back, and that low back is going to have to make up for the loss of motion at the rib cage and start to create some issues at the low back. Number 2, improving rotation of the pelvis, turning it, particularly from right to left. So people who have low back pain, let's say at their SI joints right around here, sometimes the presentation can be such that as humans, because of our asymmetrical organ placement and other powers that be, we tend to over-rotate as humans to the right side. In this pattern, this can lead to a pelvis on the right, this SI joint being a little too gapped, and the left SI joint actually being a little too compressed because it's turning us over to this right side. So if we learn how to take the pelvis, bring it back, and turn it back to the left, we can alleviate SI joint pain on the right that might be coming from overgapping, and we might be able to alleviate SI joint pain on the left that might be coming from overcompression. There are other patterns that exist as well. We can have both that are compressed, but that is just one additional consideration. Number 3, and that's restoring relative motions from the ground up, and that's starting from the foot and ankle. For those of you who have claw or hammer toes, you're likely over-leveraging particular muscles in the foot and ankle. When you over-leverage those muscles in the foot and ankle, they can start to create stiffness in the foot, which then starts to create these stiff compensatory rotations up the chain. So the shin will turn out a certain way, hip will turn out a certain way, and the pelvis will get stuck in a position. So that now, every time you need to hit the ground and everything needs to rotate freely, we can't essentially do that. And so more rotation has to occur through the lumbar spine in order to create that rotation that we're looking for, whether that's in picking something up off the ground or walking forward in space. If you learn how to reverse engineer that process that earned you those claw or hammer tones to begin with, then you can likely restore the relative rotations through the entire lower extremity and alleviate your low back pain.